Hey, Essex, how are you?
I'm well. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. I appreciate you coming on to kind of chat about what you have going on in your life and some of the things that you're altering and the brand that you're building. I want to start with your name. So, one thing that you mentioned um, is that you're growing into your name. Tell me a little bit about why you would say something like that.
Hmm. Well, I have a really strong name. Um, like I've never really I've never felt like I really walked into my name. Um, like Essex it's a powerful name, and I never understood why I've had that name, or I've always felt some type of. I've always felt like I had some type of responsibility, or I've also been the black sheep in my family for a very long time, and I have something to fulfill. And there's always been like a missing piece that I've always felt within me. Um, so walking and becoming who I am and seeing that unravel kind of like makes me feel like I'm walking into my name and walking into myself, walking into my manhood, walking into Essex. So, yeah.
What does Essex mean?
Oh, the literal meaning is it's an old town. It's an English name. It's an old English name. So it has a lot of history. I haven't been to Essex County yet, but I'll definitely go in the future. So yeah, in other languages, it has other meanings. And one of my favorite meanings is love. So yeah.
Oh, that's deep. Okay. So I didn't know that. Now, from in the Midwest, we do see Essex a lot. I never thought about the name or what it meant.
Hmm.
So I think that's pretty powerful.
Me too.
But let's dig into your brand. So you are powerful on social media. I'm really only on Instagram, but how did you get started on there? Was it one day you said, you know what, I'm unraveling some things that I've been through and maybe I should share? Is this your place of therapy? How did you get started?
Um, whew. I um I had made a post. I was doing quotes um and motivational quotes. And it was one post that had went viral. It was talking about you can't exchange what was it? It's like you can't exchange a diamond for a rock. It was something like that. And then that post that went viral. And so women had started gravitating towards me. Um, and then I don't know why they start asking me questions on TikTok. So they start asking me questions and I just start answering them honestly. And as I started answering questions honestly, um, I'm just like, I can't. I feel like I was being do a disservice if I answer questions just like, oh, this man did this and this that. So I started looking within myself to answer questions because I'm a man. I've done a lot of mannish things in my lifetime, and that was the most purest way to be honest and not point the finger at some imaginary men do this. Um, and I could just base it off myself. And that's also like a way of me defending myself. Also, like I'm talking about myself. I'm not talking about other men. I'm talking about me. So even like when I don't start the story out with myself, I'm literally still talking about myself. Like I was like, it's like one post I'll say like, man, just be trying stuff and trying stuff. I'm talking about myself. Like I'm always talking about me. It's Essex who was just trying stuff and who wouldn't accept help from his woman. Like I'm always talking about me. So yeah, it's women started asking me questions, and it's women who have built my brand.
As we always do, right? We're always supporting the men.
Yes, yes, yes. So it's
So,
not me.
but it is you too. It's you too.
Yeah, yeah,
Because,
yeah,
yeah, it's something about you that people are drawn to. One thing is definitely your honesty because you
for
are
sure,
open. A lot of guys will say, oh, no, that's not something that I did, but you're honestly saying, yeah, I did that and I was horrible for doing it. So I'm going to applaud you for that.
well, thank you.
But you're welcome. But one thing you mentioned, you said man things. So that's something that I see on social media a lot. And there are some things that I'm definitely blocking because some mindsets is not something that I want in my brain.
For
Um,
sure.
do you think that things really are man things, or do you think it's just being an imperfect human?
It's definitely being an imperfect human for sure. Um, the whole man thing is just an excuse. This is just for me, just an excuse to say. Um, because but honestly, we all make mistakes. And, nobody's perfect, and we all have our own different learning curves.
Mhm.
And I should I was saying it as a joke, but in reality, I shouldn't joke that way because there's no excuse and there should be no like really no quote unquote man thing. It's not acceptable.
I love that you just said that. Eh, You are mature. I love that we're getting to see you grow into who you're going to be. One thing people need to understand is that you are a young man. You are going to make mistakes, but the fact that you see your mistakes and then you're helping others to be able to do the same thing, that's huge.
For sure. For
Yeah.
sure.
I continue to hear this word narcissist a lot. So what is a narcissist and how should people, because I think that a narcissist can of course be a man or a woman.
Yeah, for
It's
sure.
not just a man. So how should people combat a narcissist? How do you know you're dealing with a narcissist?
Well, from my experience, for me personally, I was extremely unaware of myself. Um, everything was about me. Um, I didn't take time to have empathy in my past relationships for the women that I was dealing with. Um, so you also, if you're not self aware of yourself and you're not tapped into what's going on, you're not going to be aware that you're dealing with a narcissist in the moment. And but just sitting back and reflecting about small moments in your relationship will allow you to know that you're dealing with a narcissist. Um, I wish I could come up with some example, but it's not
Let's
coming to me
do.
right now. Um, well, I'm gonna need a moment. Um, mm, mm. Well, let's see. It's kind of simple. Yeah. So I made a post about calling my girlfriend at work for like 15 minutes during the day. Um, um, my daughter was here in town, and I would call every day to check on my daughter when she was here. When she was helping me watch my daughter, I would call every day with no problem. Right. Um, but then when my daughter left, the phone calls, the check in kind of stopped. Um, yeah. So that's it's like it's a big sign of a narcissist right there, and it's also a sign of me me being double minded and me being selfish or trying to be selfish. Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate your honesty. So would you say a narcissist is like maybe a user?
Oh, definitely. One-sided. Everything's about me. Everything is about me.
How are you working to kind of change that personality trait?
Um, but working on my self-awareness is one. Being honest, being open, being vulnerable, completely vulnerable at all times. Is helping me work on that. Um, and taking a step back in the moment and practicing that. Um, because I was at work and I was going joking with a customer, and she had asked for something. And a key word kind of like hit in my head. It's like, am I asking for too much? And then that kind of like triggered me, which is good. And I took a step back and I told her, she, no, you're not asking for too much. Because in reality, is anybody asking for too much in any type of interaction? No, no, nobody's asking for too much. So that's a sign. That was a good sign for Essex to be in that moment and to reassure her and to allow that woman to know that she wasn't asking for too much in that moment because it was so simple. But
Mhm.
we can make some things a lot bigger than what they should be
Have mercy.
for
Yes,
sure.
you're so right. Um,
Hmm.
that leads me to where I wanted to kind of go when it comes to relationships. So people have told me for years you should have conversations about relationships, which is kind of difficult because so many people don't see themselves the way you see yourself. They think that they're doing what is needed to be done, but they don't really understand what that role should look like. Um, and I had a conversation with someone yesterday, and they said, well, how your great grandparents and your grandparents and your parents were um, when you were growing up, it's kind of like not that way anymore. And people don't know how to live that way. Married at a young age and stay together until um, death, or in my parents' situation, stay together until I was 18. So
Hmm.
why do you think that people aren't able to kind of keep those relationships going, or what can people do to kind of learn to build those long lasting relationships like my great grandparents, my grandparents? Because I think that it's needed.
I think it's an unfair comparison.
Why do you
It
say
is
that?
needed. Because we're in different times. We have our awareness is different, our knowledge is different. Um, like my grandparents they stayed together, but it was an abusive relationship.
Mm.
It was very combative. Um, a lot of them were scorned. Um, it wasn't like I mean, yeah, they got through hard times together. They tried to as much as they can. Um, but was it a healthy relationship? I don't I don't believe it was. Yeah, I don't believe it was a healthy relationship at all.
What's
Um,
healthy though? Because what I'm seeing today
that's
is
true.
definitely not healthy. It's disturbing.
But the biggest difference is they did choose each other,
Mhm.
and that's something that I'm working on myself in my own mind. Is whenever I do start dating, choosing that person
Mhm.
and making a conscious decision to choose the person um, over options.
Mhm.
Um, we do have access to more options than today, and than they did. That's the biggest difference. We have a lot of different outlets. We have a lot of different ways of communication. We have a lot of different ways of contacting other people um, outside of our relationships. Um, but I mean, I wish I had an answer for this question, but I
Mhm.
don't. Um, I believe that's something that I have to experience
Mhm.
to be able to answer. I don't believe that I can answer a question like this before I experience it. But I do know that me myself personally, I need to make a, especially as a man, like, and I deal with my friends and they running around trying to be playboy still. You gotta have literally, you have to make a conscious decision as a man. Like, this is the woman for me.
Mhm.
I'm gonna try to understand this woman for who she is, not for what I want her to be. Um, and to stop seeing a woman for her body and objectifying her, and see her for her mind and break that down and to go a little bit deeper. Um, that's far as a man, I believe that's when we'll develop more of a connection with a woman.
Mhm.
When you start to understand her mind and understand her for who she is, and actually become a genuine partner, a genuine friend, instead of someone that you cohabitate with, and that someone that you, instead of just existing around a woman, um, because you feel like you're supposed to be a provider. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, that's the
So no, I respect that. I respect that. What is a and I'm trying to lean on the road of caution, but what does um a good guy look like? What do you see yourself being in the future?
a good guy. That's hilarious. Um, Empathy. That's the biggest thing. Understanding, empathy. Um, I think that's it. Understanding, empathy, and with that, like, we're natural providers already. And self awareness, empathy, providing, understanding, empathy. I think once you're tapped into that, I think you'll be good to go. I think I'll be good to go.
Mhm.
Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Empathy, self awareness, providing, understanding. Understanding is the key, though. That's the one of the biggest things.
Mhm.
Yeah. If you understand your woman, you see her for what she is, you'll be on walk with her easier instead of seeing her for what you want her to be.
Yeah, I agree with that. Meet people where they are. Yeah.
Hmm. And accepting.
So I gotta ask this because I've been hearing this a lot, and the thing is that I've never seen this before in life. Um, I think that it's normal for people to treat their partner, do things for them because you want to. It's
Hmm.
normal, male or female. But what do you think about this mindset of um, a woman is supposed to basically take care of the man, or or you go to the restaurant and the woman needs to pay for what she's eating when on a date.
Oh God.
I know.
Um. Wow. Um. I think it's different if your woman is treating you right. She's treating you. It's your birthday or something like that or whatever. That's a different story. Um. But if you're providing, and each household is different. You don't. I don't know. You don't know somebody how their bills are structured and how they work things out. Um. But the biggest thing, as long as if that couple is secure with how they're running things, I think that's important. But the whole idea or notion to expect a woman to pay for something, I'm not with that. Yeah, I'm not. I'm not with that at all. If I'm going out, I don't expect a woman to touch her pocketbook. It's just, it's just chivalry. It's just, I believe that's just normal. That's just my DNA. Other than that, I don't know what those other people were talking about. I can't speak on those people. It's just kind of strange. And the whole like, what does she bring to the table talk? Like, what's the point of asking somebody that question?
Nope, I
Like
agree.
you don't even know the person. Like, what are you talking about? Like, you'll work that out. Like, you'll walk together with that. Like, what's up with all these defensive questions? Like, I don't. Yeah, I'm not with that.
I agree. I love that you just said that. So you got extra points for saying that because what a lot of
So,
people don't realize is that women are natural nurturers. So
for
we
sure.
like to take care of what is ours. So if you ask, then we don't want you.
For sure.
If you come to someone and say, "Hey, well, not only do you have to cook, clean, do all the wifely duties, but then I need you to pay half, and every Friday take me out to dinner." That's just,
Yeah, it's kind of disturbing.
but if you don't say that, guess what? You're probably going to get all that and more.
For sure.
That mental mindset that needs to mature just a little bit. So it's okay. So that's pushing me into what I wanted to ask you about. So as I watch you, you are you're good for media. You're good. Do you have like maybe future thoughts of going into television or doing your own podcast or a
Oh, of
book?
course.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I have all that. All that's coming across my head. Yeah, a book. Um, I mean, television is a dream. I am an actor, so
You are?
yeah. Yeah. That's why I'm so theatrical. Yeah. Um, yeah. So yeah, television, um, a book definitely. I've already started like writing like notes down and stuff like that for the book. Um, and then a podcast. Yeah, I think that I'm gonna allow God to let me know when that's supposed to come. Um, for example, like I don't want to do a podcast by myself. Um, I actually started. Well, I had one before there was a lot of podcasts going on, but it kind of like broke apart when COVID started. I had a team, so whenever I'm able to get a team, whenever I'm blessed with a team, because I would love to have a cohesive team together to do that podcast. So yeah, for sure. I don't want to do it by myself though.
That's funny that you said that. So I had a podcast since like 2017. And I started because I was trying to see, I had someone saying, "Hey, do you want to maybe start a radio station?" And so I started, I was like, am I going to get bored with this? Start doing it. You know, you start every single day. And mine was more so like therapy. But I kept
Okay,
it going because I thought, oh, this is going to be a good way for my grandchildren to kind of get to know, maybe who I was when I was younger, things like that.
for
Um,
sure.
but I literally just had a conversation with someone about merging thoughts, but we have to find a way to do it. So I think that would be really cool to have like a group of individuals that have their own specialty.
For sure.
That would be really cool. So we need to talk about that.
We will. We can.
Okay. So something else I wanted to make sure that I ask. Are there any females that you want to apologize to?
I have. I have. I've
Like
apologized to all of them.
publicly? Because some of the things that
Yeah,
I hear, I'm like, now Essex, you were
I've
wrong.
apologized to every single one of them. I have, but I don't care about doing anything. I'll do it again.
Do it again.
But
And you
to
don't have
every
to call
single,
them. I'm sorry, what
huh?
were you? I was gonna say
No,
you
go
don't have
ahead.
to call them by their real name if
Oh,
you
I
have a
won't.
nickname.
I won't.
Okay.
I won't. I won't. I won't. I won't. I'll just do it. I'll do a public apology to every single one that I've wronged. to every single one that I've caused any type of pain or agony, or the lies that I've told, I apologize
Oh,
sincerely.
now can you apologize on behalf of all men?
Oh my God. You know, with my content, I actually help a lot of women. And so yeah. Um on behalf of our lack of awareness and lack of development, mental development,
Mhm.
um, I do apologize for our actions, my actions especially. My awareness is extremely low, and my empathy, the awareness to have empathy was low. So there's a lot of lessons learned why a lot of my actions were taking place. Because it's always been in my heart. Like I am a lover boy at heart. Like I have a dream of men. Like I am a lover boy. Um, but like we don't have that awareness to have empathy and have understanding. You have to understand yourself. So understand yourself first before you involve yourself with someone else. So yeah, I apologize.
Oh, that was so sweet. Thank
Sure,
you. We appreciate that because there's some women out here that are so angry with y'all.
for sure.
But they're also trying to find out how to love you guys too.
Mm,
So,
mm.
so if you could continue to teach, that would be good. I appreciate every time you get out there and you tell a story about something that you've done. It seems like in the moment it hits you and you're like, I gotta talk about this. Is that how it
Yes,
happens?
that's how it happens. When it hits me, I talk about it. Yep, exactly. And then sometimes, a lot of times when I am talking, it hits me actually while I'm talking about it. So I'm still unraveling. I'm still learning myself. And every day is a new day to learn and a new uprising, a new upbringing, and like a new birth of Essex.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I appreciate your humility. Gotta ask
thank you.
this question. How long have you
Okay.
been working on yourself?
Um, I've been how long I've been aware that I've been working on myself.
Mhm.
I've been aware that I've been working on myself for about a year now. But my mom passed away. It's been about 2 years, almost 2.5 years. I didn't know I had started. I didn't like. I had actually started working on myself when after my mom had passed away. I didn't know that though. So about 2.5 years.
I'm sorry for your loss. Yeah,
Oh, thank you. Yeah,
you're
she's
welcome.
it's a blessing. Yeah.
Yeah, she would be proud of you.
She is. Yeah, she's still around.
And you said you have a child?
Yeah, I have a daughter. Yeah, I have a daughter. Yeah, yeah.
So
I try not to speak about my daughter because I don't want anybody to say anything about my daughter that would make me upset, and I don't want to be upset on social media.
no, don't be upset. I like the laid back personality.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But I
So
was gonna ask, did you let me know if it's okay or not? What are you
yeah, it's
teaching
fine.
her so that she knows what kind of relationship to get into?
Well, my relationship with her is what I'm teaching her. Um, how we communicate. Um, I don't know what exactly she had asked me, but I had to like catch myself. Um, how I make her feel when we're communicating. Allowing her to communicate how she wants to with me, and
Mhm.
not making her feel like she can't ask me certain questions. Having that open dialogue and freedom to express herself. Um, because I've been in relationships where um, which is very unfortunate, where the women don't feel like they can express themselves to me, um, out of fear and out of judgment. So I don't want my daughter ever to feel like that. And I believe as long as I'm doing the right things by her, and when she does have that feeling, it'll become foreign to her, and it's not something that she's been a part of. It's not something that's been part of her life, and that's something she wanted in her life. So those are the biggest thing. My communication style with her, and accepting her, and coaching her around her being herself. That's the most important thing for me. I want her to
Thank
be
you.
herself, be comfortable being herself.
Yeah. And you saying that a lot of girls may not have their dad. So that's something that they need to hear. What is the guy looking for? Because I was on Clubhouse one day and I was talking to someone that was close to my age. And the things that I was saying was foreign. So even just like you mentioned the people living the way my grandparents live, my parents live, my great grandparents live, is foreign because things have changed so much. A lot has changed. And so I was having a conversation about just who I am. And it's foreign to a lot of people. So for someone to say what they want to see in their child, it will help grown women to see how they need to be as well,
Exactly.
without them needing to feel judged.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got one more
Exactly.
question to ask you. One more question now. If you don't want to touch this, that's okay.
Okay.
Okay, so I heard someone say that they didn't want their child to be a city girl.
We have fun.
Would you date a city girl?
So, what is a city girl? It's okay. It's an expression for having fun and enjoying life. Okay,
Mhm.
that's the reality of it. It's an expression for having fun and enjoying life. It's not it's not an expression of you being promiscuous. It can be leaned towards that way, but to me, it's an expression of a woman that just wants to have fun and wants to have a good time. Um, so I want to have fun. Do I want to have a good time? Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
You cleanly answered that, but say they were promiscuous. Keep
Promiscuous
that
women?
part out, right?
No, I don't want to. I don't want to be promiscuous. I don't want to be promiscuous anymore. I don't want me myself. I don't want to be. I don't want to do that anymore. I'm done doing that.
Very good. I'm
So
so
no, I don't
proud of
want
you.
to. I don't want to be part of that. But the fun part, yeah, I want the fun part. Yeah, it's
Okay.
fun. It's just fun.
Clean and fun. See, slowly but surely, I'm pulling your mindset into my grandparents' era. Together, we could change the world. See?
For sure. As long as they're having fun with it, though. The city girls, like it's yeah. Because the
Yeah,
actual city girls, they're like in relationships, but they're still having fun.
exactly.
So
Exactly. Just like Beyonce. Honestly, Beyonce had everybody saying they don't want a man, but she's married to somebody else, you
it's
know?
fun. It's fun to say that in the moment. It's just fun to say that.
Hmm.
It's just fun, not literally.
Right. Yep. I think it's great to have fun, go on boats, even have girls day out, but marriage is cool.
Marriage is cool too,
Yeah. but
but there's nothing wrong with having fun.
as long as you're having fun, clean
As long as
fun.
you're having fun, clean fun. That's wild. It's a good question.
Thank you. Listen, I enjoyed you as I knew I would. I told a friend that I was interviewing you uh, because I hope that him and all his friends and all the people that really need your guidance watch this and change their ways. No, but really
It's it's
allow
it's
them.
it's okay. To change your ways, you have to make a conscious decision to do that.
Right.
Like you have to sit on yourself and think about yourself and reflect on yourself. And that's not an easy thing to do.
It
And
hurts.
to see a woman for who she actually is, and to like think about that and process that, it's not an easy thing to do. So it takes a lot of
Yeah,
coaching.
it does, but my thing is I enjoy growing the community. However, I can help. I want to be there
So,
because I want to see all of my people flourish. I want to see them in good, healthy relationships. And I think that it's important for us to see ourselves for who we really are, because if we don't, how can we change? Because even at an early age, I had to do the same thing. I wasn't like, um, like really, really bad, but I had some things that I need to change.
sure.
I grew up in, raised in Illinois, grew up in Gary, Indiana. So my mindset was different. So I had to change as well. But when I see things, I think it's important if you really care about people to say something. So that's why I thought this was really important.
For sure. Hmm. Change.
Change, adjustment, education.
Yeah, education is key. I didn't get why you used to say that, but it is. It's highly important. The more you challenge your mind, the more you grow mentally.
Yep. So Essex, how can people find you?
Oh, everywhere. Essex Berry or Essex Seaberry. ESSEX and then Seaberry, Berry on all platforms.
Thank
If you want
you.
to call me, I got WhatsApp. I got a WhatsApp on my profiles.
I thought you were about to give out your phone number. I was about to say, wait a minute.
Oh, nah. I mean, it's what it is. I wouldn't care anyway. I got spam blocker around there. Good luck.
When I
I had a
post
couple.
this, oh, sorry, go ahead.
I'm fine. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I apologize.
I was gonna say, I will post your, all the links that you have, that's connected
Yeah,
to
yeah.
you when I
Super
submit
cool.
this. And this was
This is
an amazing conversation.
this has been fun. It's really good questions. I appreciate it for sure.
You're so
Great.
welcome. You are so
Super
welcome.
cool. Thank you so much.
You're
Miss
welcome.
Francis. That's such a
I
nice
said,
name.
well, thank you, Frances Lillian Bynum.
Wow. It's a whole entire package.
I know my parents really thought about that, right?
Yeah, they did you a favor.
They sure did. I appreciate them. They did well. But I look forward to connecting with you and
Me as
seeing
well,
what's to come.
for sure. I'm excited.
Me too.
You better be excited.
I'm excited.
All right, you have an amazing weekend, okay?
Thank you. You too. Talk to you soon.
Talk to you soon. All right, girl.
All right. That